Season 3, Episode 3 of the Swishlist podcast. We are back with so much to talk about. Luka getting Nico Harrison fired because of how good he is in that Lakers purple and gold. One-on-one matchups. We're going to talk defensive specialists. What player is better switching eras? The Pistons, Ja Morant, a little overrated, underrated, and ranking daytime sporting events. There's so much for us to discuss on today's episode. Super excited to get into it and to be here with you, Roman. Let's start with Nico Harrison. It's no surprise after this guy at the end of the season said, watch, we're going to be competing for a title next year. And then Anthony Davis has big back tendencies by eating all of that Texas barbecue, and now injured again. No Kyrie. Nico's losing his job, and the Lakers are also dominating. Help me make sense of what just happened with Nico Harrison getting fired and the Lakers being fired up, winning a lot of games.
It was make or break for Nico. He saw that Luka made it to the finals and couldn't win. And if we're thinking about this logically, it was, let me take a shot on getting a championship now. If I can win now, I'll be the best. He'll be the best GM in the league. Like, if the Mavericks were good, be the best GM in the league. But they didn't. He said it himself when the trade first happened. He said, I think defense wins championships, and I'll let it play out how it is, and you guys will see like that I was correct. Obviously, he wasn't. He just lost his job, and we know exactly why. Luka's putting up incredible numbers for the Lakers, and the Mavs can't even keep their stars healthy. Kyrie gets hurt. AD gets hurt. Yes, they got the number 1 pick. I feel like that was just NBA pity. Just the NBA being like, the Mavericks have been such a good franchise to the NBA for so long, we got to give them something. But yeah, don't even get me started on possible conspiracies. I might get a little bit too into it. I think the Mavs ownership may have just used Nico as a fall for wanting to help out LA. Don't get me started on that, though. But yeah, it was bound to happen. It was a terrible decision.
I think what's tough for the Mavericks is, like, this isn't NBA 2K, right? So you have to wait for Kyrie to get healthy, but the NBA is not going to wait the entire season to get that player back. So you have Klay Thompson, who just has not been good. Like, he has not been good at all. When you're talking about the unction, players that are leading the unction right now, they've fallen off. Just winning in life, not winning on the court right now. So you've got that. You have Anthony Davis, who everybody on planet Earth, apparently other than Nico, knew was injury prone for sure, getting injured. You've got Cooper Flag with this, like, randomly playing point guard in the NBA where he's not a point guard at all. There's just, like, some questionable decisions that are being made in terms of these lineups. I don't love it. Roster construction, how old they are, and just, like, past the prime. A lot of these players just are right now. It's just so sad, man. You're looking at a team that had Jalen Brunson and Luka Doncic. They had this young core. They had Lively was coming onto the scene, and Gafford was playing well a couple years back. And now you just have a team that feels old, no spark. It's difficult to see a bright future. And they just got the number 1 pick in the draft. There was so much hype around Cooper Flag, and then they've come out and they've fallen so flat. It's got to be a challenge.
If you give Nico the benefit of the doubt, if players didn't get injured, I mean, he went out, he got Klay Thompson, he got Kyrie, he got AD. Like, these are still top, not Klay, but Kyrie and AD.
It's not like Luka's been healthy the entire time either.
No.
I don't think Nico gets fired if the Lakers are the 8 seed right now.
Yeah.
If the Lakers were not playing well, Nico would keep his job. But the fact that
Luka didn't look like he was going to win MVP,
game, like, that's why he's getting fired. It's because Luka's actually playing incredibly well, and they're bad, right? Mm-hmm. So every time that the Mavericks owners open their phone, they're seeing Luka Doncic in LA just dominating, and that, like, it reaches a point where it's just too much.
Luka is one of probably 5 type of talent that you could draft into the league. The first 7 years that he has had in this NBA, so few players have had. I don't think anybody's had this good of a start besides maybe winning some championships. But as an individual player, this dude finished second in MVP voting in his second year.
Yeah.
Like, first team All-NBA 5 times of his 7 years.
You've got 2 teams that have fumbled the bag with Luka at this point. The Hawks fumbled it at the draft, and now the Mavericks have fumbled it by trading him. It's just insane. It's absolutely insane just to even be at this point. So here's a question for you. Who's a better scorer, SGA or Luka?
Purely scoring?
Purely scoring.
It has to be Luka.
That's what I think too.
Yeah, like, SGA is He's more efficient. He's going to get you the right bucket. But like when we look at the greatest scorers of all time, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant, like sometimes they're not efficient. They get their points the way they get their points. And so when I talk about a scorer, it's not necessarily efficiency, but with SGA, I would say he's the most controlled scorer in the league. He's only going to get you 1 or 2 threes a game, and then he's going to get his 4 or 5 mid-range shots a game. He's going to get at least 10 free throws a game, and then he's going to get to the hoop a few times. That's what I see from SGA. But from Luka, it's, okay, there's 8 seconds left on the shot clock. I have to create something now. Or getting to the hoop with his incredible pace that we see, his deceleration that people talk about that doesn't compare to anybody in the league. So as a pure scorer, I think it has to go to Luka.
SGA is averaging like 33 a game. I think Luka's averaging 40. Second question then, if you're starting a franchise and you could pick one of these guys, are you taking Luka or are you taking SGA? One guy won a title, one guy won the finals.
And one of them, one guy has an MVP.
And the Mavericks roster was not as good as the Thunder roster. Like if you gave Luka that Thunder roster, he's winning a title.
But it's so easy to say that because Shea did it.
But it's true because Luka would have done it. The Thunder roster was at least 20% better than the Mavericks roster that went to the finals. Luka getting 20% more lift from the role players when he played Boston would have beat Boston. He had no help when he was playing Boston. Like Kyrie, I think, had like 1.5 decent games in that series.
I don't know. It's just a different team if Luka's there, though.
Okay, who are you? Okay, but who are you starting a franchise with? Who's your guy?
I mean, right now it's so easy to say Shea. Like, I'm gonna go Luka. I'm going Luka.
Is this a hot take? Is this a hot take?
No, because Luka is technically the better individual player. If you build around Luka properly, let's not act like this guy is like he's lost in the first round every year of the playoffs. Like
Luka's never won MVP. Shea's won MVP and he's been a runner-up MVP.
Let's be real. The MVP is not who's the best player in the league.
But Luka's had plenty of narrative behind him to win one and hasn't.
No, he hasn't, though. The narrative has been around other players to get it. This is why Luka has finished top 5, but never gotten
it. Preseason favorite to win MVP multiple times and has not won MVP. So it's not like he was never a dark horse to win it.
No, but I think the narrative has never been good enough, and his team around him has never been good enough. He's finished second 3 times now?
I think that is because he was in Dallas, or like does that change if he's with the Lakers?
Yes. I think if the Lakers are a top 3 seed, Luka's getting MVP.
Okay.
I will say that now.
Okay, so OKC's number 1 seed and Shea averages 35 a game. Luka's the number 3
seed. Recency bias. He can't get another.
A game. He averages 36 a game. You think they give it to Luka?
Shea can't have 2 MVPs by year 6. The league would not allow that to happen. It won't happen. If top 4 seed, I'll give it there. If the Lakers can finish top 4, I think if Luka puts up Luka numbers, it's been long enough where he hasn't finished in getting it that he deserves it.
Okay.
100%. I don't think that's a crazy take at all. And if I'm starting a franchise, am I taking, that Luka's been so good since the beginning of his career. Like, it's the same thing kind of with like Michael Jordan. Like, we allow him to grow into his greatness. Sure. We allow Shea to grow. Like, this guy wasn't good and he's so much better. But like,
yeah,
if I have a player who's like this and I have a player who's like this, like the guy up here is still better. It's just not as impressive because he's continued his greatness.
Okay.
So I do think there is some recency bias there, but Shea won a championship. And I can't argue that. Luka hasn't won. But Luka was 3 games away. Let's not act like he's far from it. Like, he carried a team to 3 games away from winning it. He didn't win it. He didn't. But starting a franchise, I don't think it's crazy to say I want the guy who's averaged almost a triple-double through his first 7 years in the NBA.
It's hard because there's stuff I don't like about either one of their games. I don't like the SGA free throw stuff. I don't like it. And I don't like Luka yelling at the refs. I can't stand it. Right, so there's like equal things that I just can't stand that both of these players do, but that's also the game. Like, it's also the game. And so if I'm an owner and I could call Luka and say, You got 5 times you can talk to the refs. You go more than that, I'm fining you. If I can get away with that, I'm taking Luka.
I don't think you get away with that though. I don't, you can't. This is what the stars do, Mo. It's just Luka's more verbal about it, bro. Luka's already a vet in year 7. It's like usually when players get to around year 10, they start feeling more comfortable, or they can be like, I'm a star. Do not let that happen to me. But Luka, since like year 2, has been like, yo,
Luka's
you are a bad ref.
Luka's not even playing the game. He's just talking to the ref and casually dropping 37.
Luka get fouled. The play's still going on. He'll get bumped and look over at the ref, and then continue to play basketball.
And then make it. Yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy. I don't know. It feels kind of like a hot take. If you're listening right now, we'd love to know who you would start a franchise with. The reigning MVP, NBA champion, Finals MVP, SGA, or Luka Doncic. I kind of want to build on this, though, because I'm curious where the line is, right, for you. One-on-one matchups, Luka edition. Luka or Tracy McGrady?
This is so tough. If Luka gets the ball first, I don't think anybody beats him. And just go watch Luka individual highlights. I mean, come on. If he gets ball first, nobody's beating him. But like, it's T-Mac though. If T-Mac can get us, he's way more athletic.
Play defense.
He's way more athletic. But like, it just matters who gets ball first. If I had to choose one player, one-on-one,
I'm
gonna take the more athletic. I'm gonna take T-Mac.
Okay, one-on-one matchup. How about this one? Luka or Carmelo Anthony?
Prime Melo?
Prime Melo in their prime for sure.
This is what Melo does. If I took T-Mac, I gotta take Melo.
Okay, so Luka's just dropping, dude. Okay. Which Carmelo Anthony would you rather have? Prime Denver Carmelo or prime Knicks Carmelo?
Whoa. If I'm saying a level of athleticism is going to matter, I have to take Nuggets.
You're gonna go like end of Nuggets.
Yeah, give me 2000, 2009 or 2010, and 2008. 2008 Melo.
He was so good. Okay, back to one-on-one matchups.
Oh.
Prime Luka versus prime Paul George.
I can't even go Paul George. I can't. Paul George has had this one-on-one matchup. He's had it versus Luka.
Not in his prime.
Okay, so what? OKC.
OKC. Paul George is pretty dang good.
Third in MVP voting, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just don't like a slow player in a one-on-one matchup. You don't have any help.
PG can defend. Who are you taking?
Yes. Give me PG. Give me PG.
What?
Right?
Yes. What? You're wrong. That's not a good answer at all. Okay, man.
I'm PG?
Yeah, I don't care.
Bro, he's third in MVP voting.
Bro, Luka,
the dude was averaging 30.
Luka might beat Paul George
while being one of the best defenders in the NBA.
Luka might beat Paul George with his left.
Stop it.
I'm not.
I'm like Paul George is a bum then.
Paul George isn't a bum, but he's not Luka Doncic.
Okay, so let's make it as fair as possible. It's not make it, take it.
Okay. You want to go 3 dribbles or 5 dribbles? 3 dribbles or 5 dribbles? 3 dribbles?
You can go 3. Luka can't defend.
Luka is a better tough shot maker than Paul.
And if it's not make it, take it, NBA players make tough shots, but one of those is going to go out. Paul George will just go around Luka.
No.
In his prime.
No.
Yes.
No.
He'll have his way with him.
I don't know. Okay, fine. One-on-one, Luka, Larry Bird.
It's Larry.
So you're not taking Luka at all, but you would start a franchise over SGA?
You're giving me guys who like are athletic and can play defense in a one-on-one situation. The one person who doesn't have either of these things, Luka beats people because of his slowness, the way that he approaches the game. But in a one-on-one matchup, it's purely just like, how do you complete all your skills together? And I'm taking athleticism and defense over everything. If it's not make it, take it.
I don't think everyone beats Luka on this list. I just don't. I think you're wrong. I think you have to reevaluate. Seriously.
Okay, so who are you drawing the line at? Who, like, I don't think in their prime, it's crazy to say. Because all of these guys that you have mentioned have something over. All these guys have averaged 30 points per game in a season.
Yeah.
And it's not like we have to worry about rebounding or assists. And all these guys that you've mentioned are either athletic. 2 of them are super athletic. Carmelo in his prime is athletic. Tracy McGrady in his prime is way more
Tracy's
athletic.
the most athletic on the list. You got T-Mac, Melo, PG, and then Larry Bird.
PG.
Yeah.
PG will go down as one of the best defenders that we've ever seen at his position. Will he not?
That's extreme.
No, it's not.
A little bit.
Prime PG is a great defender.
Prime PG is a great defender, but one of the greatest we've ever seen is a lot.
Okay, maybe a slight reach there, but Luka's not a defender.
No,
and Larry Bird is also a great defender.
Larry Bird's a great defender.
Like prime Larry, I'm taking over so many players.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it's like you have to give me somebody who has a flaw to their game.
Is it purely the defensive end? Because Luka he's turning these guys into mincemeat when he has the ball offensively. It doesn't matter how good of a defender anybody is on him.
These guys are probably going to score every possession no matter what. But this is what I'm saying. If it's back and forth, if it's not make it, take it, as fair as possible, a good defender is probably going to stop the offensive guy maybe one time. If he stops him one time, he already has the advantage. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really think about it, all these guys are going to score their points. It's can you get a stop one time? And I don't trust Luka to ever get a stop. But Prime Melo can probably get a stop. Like, I'm not underrating Luka's defense. He doesn't guard the ball.
No, he doesn't. There's.
And why is that going to change in a one-on-one matchup? But this is the thing that helps Luka, is we're talking about year 7 Luka.
Okay.
Like, this dude probably has a few more years before he truly hits his prime. Maybe he locks in on defense at some point.
It's not even just that too. It's like when you talk about LeBron James in a one-on-one situation. Like, obviously the prime LeBron is insane, but like LeBron's not the shot creator that some of these guys are. And so you lose a lot of what LeBron brings to the game by putting him in a one-on-one situation. It's the same with Luka, because Luka is an elite passer. He is a floor general. He can score on anyone at any time. And so you're missing some key elements to his game by putting him just in a one-on-one situation against these guys. If you put him in 5-on-5, if you said best of 7 series and he's the main guy and the cast is all the same, you're probably having a different discussion.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're taking him over Paul George in that situation.
100%. He's already had a better career.
Yep. You're taking him over Melo as well.
Already had a better career.
Yep. The argument is T-Mac for me. That's where I'd argue. I'd argue T-Mac, and Larry Bird is better.
You're arguing T-Mac before you argue Paul George?
Yeah. If I'm talking a 7-game series, everything is the same, but you're putting T-Mac on a team and you're putting Luka on the other team. T-Mac's where I would say this feels the most.
You're crazy. You're insane. T-Mac has never won anything. That is a terrible take, Moses. That is awful. That is a T-Mac fan showing right there. T-Mac is nowhere near winning. That man has barely made it past the first round of the playoffs. That is a terrible take.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying.
Over Paul George?
Yes, over Paul.
Over Paul George? The man who was competing with Braun in 2013?
Gatorade ball game commercial hit a game winner?
At least he got there, though. That man's got multiple conference finals. The only time that T-Mac did anything was when Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili carried him there.
Okay, you weren't taking those Houston teams over the Lakers. You weren't taking those Houston teams over the Spurs.
Just had to. I know T-Mac wasn't doing anything. He even had Yao on his team and he wasn't doing anything.
T-Mac lost to better players objectively in his prime. Like players that were better than him beat him consistently.
Stop it. If Paul George had lost to those players, they would be better players than him. But Paul George decided to beat him.
Paul George was better than who was playing against in the East. There were nobodies in the East. There were nobodies he was playing against.
Nobody's in the East because the good players were beating him every time. It's easy to say that because the West, everybody was beating everybody, year after year. It's like, come on. You had a different team in the Western Conference Finals every year.
Look, those Rockets teams, okay, where we're talking, it was Aaron Brooks, T-Mac. If Yao was healthy ever, it's a different discussion. Like these teams, they had Battier, they were decent, but like health and some of these other factors were the reason why they were not as competitive as they could have been. Like
you just had to bring Aaron Brooks into the conversation.
Good player.
Nah. You cannot do that.
I would take if you gave me the totality of a player's career, and my option was Tracy McGrady or Paul George. I would never take Paul George. I would take Tracy McGrady to be my franchise guy if I had him his entire career. I would. Yes, I would.
The man can't even make it past the first round of the playoffs.
Listen, facts are the facts.
Facts are the facts is that your guy has a terrible mentality, obviously. He can't do anything. My guy's never made it to the finals either, but at least he's competed for a Western and Eastern Conference championship.
Look, you want to talk defensive guys? Let's talk defensive specialists.
I got something for you. It's going to be a rough one. The people are going to hate you for this. Okay, Moses, are you ready? We've got a Keep 3, Cut 5 defensive specialists edition. Are you ready?
Cut 5. Let's go.
Be careful with your picks. Starting out with our first player. Are you ready? Tony Allen.
This is defense only.
Defensive specialist.
Defense only. We're not looking at any offensive ability. Kobe Bryant said that no one defended it better than Tony Allen. Play the clip. I'm going to take him. I'm taking the first guy you give me. I don't know if there's anyone that can defend guards better than Tony.
I think it's valid. It's Tony Allen. Like you said, Kobe Bryant said. People argue that Kobe is the greatest scorer of all time, so you have to listen to his opinion.
Yep.
Second player, Dennis Rodman.
Okay, Dennis is an all-time rebounder. I'm not taking him as an all-time defender. Cut.
Okay. I hear you.
He's a troll. He's an all-time troll, not an all-time defender. It's a cut for sure.
Shane Battier.
Cut. Very technical defender, but I watched this man get torched constantly.
Kobe's already gave it to Tony Allen. He had Shane Battier guard him in his face like that. Valid. Okay. KG.
We're going to take KG. Yeah. Give me KG.
Rudy Gobert.
Heck no. Get this man up out of here.
That's a defensive specialist.
That's an absolute. It's not even a question. Get the fuck.
He's got 4. He's got 4.
No.
He's got 4.
This man has been exposed so many times in the postseason by almost every single team I've seen him play against. There's not a chance in my life I would take Rudy Gobert on this list. No. Cut.
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy's good. Cut.
Okay. Valid. Andre Iguodala.
Oh, Andre Iguodala? The man who won a finals MVP for holding LeBron to like 36 points a game? That Andre Iguodala? Not known as a defensive guy when he first came into the league with the Sixers. I'm going to hold out for this last player. I'm going to cut Andre Iguodala.
And the final player is Gary Payton. I like it.
Not too bad.
So you kept Tony Allen, KG, and Gary Payton.
And I got the glove.
Lost Dennis Rodman, Shane Battier, Rudy Gobert, Jimmy Butler, and Andre Iguodala.
That's not a bad way. That's not a bad way. That's pretty solid. Speaking of a lot of these players, the eras that they've played in, I've got some interesting ones for you, okay? Which player is better if they switch eras? Victor Wembanyama in the 90s or Hakeem Olajuwon today?
Oh. I mean, if you take Victor's skill set and put it in the 90s, respectfully, what center can guard that? But if you move Hakeem to today's NBA, Hakeem was ahead of his time. So skilled. Like, this is the youth in me. I'm giving it to Wemby.
You must be joking.
No.
You must be joking.
Think about it. Correct. Think about this, Moses. Are NBA players better today than they were 30 years ago? By definition.
NBA players in their totality, yes.
Okay. And then I'll factor in, like I said, what center is going to guard Wemby? I know Shaq can move. I know Shaq can defend.
5 centers that are putting Wemby in the blender. Hakeem Olajuwon
In the
would put him in
blender?
the blender. Absolutely. Hakeem would destroy him. He would destroy him. Number 2, Shaquille O'Neal is breaking his arms in the rim. He is absolutely dropping a 50 ball on Wemby consistently. David Robinson is going to absolutely just dominate Victor Wembanyama. That's 3. Patrick Ewing, you're going to take Wemby over Ewing? You don't think Ewing's going to just do a number on him?
No, I think they will.
Alonzo Mourning as another center, and that's like there are so many centers that just now they're going to struggle if he pulls them out to the 3. But
exactly what I'm saying. There's 2 sides to the game.
But he's not stopping them in the paint, and the game's running through those players.
Who said he has to stop them?
The scoreboard?
He doesn't have to, that's not what it's about. The best players are going to get their numbers regardless.
Hakeem Olajuwon in today's NBA, I think is even better than he was before because he gets the benefit of floor spacing. You can't double him. You can't send another guy down there because you got a 3-point shooter.
Yeah, but NBA teams today would know how to better handle it because
That's crazy. That's crazy.
They've seen like
that's a crazy take. That's a crazy take.
It's not though.
Yes, it is.
No. Why is that a crazy take?
Hakeem Olajuwon. Oh,
yes. Players today still go to Hakeem to learn footwork, all that kind of stuff. Like Joel Embiid who worked with
you're getting a better. You're getting your guy Rudy Gobert. You're getting a better defender than prime Gobert. If you think Gobert's a great defender, you're getting the greatest defensive center in the history of the league that's anchoring your defense on one side of the ball. And you have some of the greatest footwork of a post player that's ever walked planet Earth.
The greatest footwork that we saw.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, what does Wemby do better than anyone in history?
Wemby's only played 3 years in the NBA, Moses.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So you can't take him over Hakeem Olajuwon.
I can for the potential. This is a fake scenario.
That's insane, dude. That's insane.
He has a higher ceiling. You can tell me he doesn't? 100% he does.
Well, a higher ceiling.
The point that you made that Wemby doesn't have to stop those guys. It's not like when bigs matched up in you didn't have to stop them. You just had to, contain them. Like there's 2 sides to the game. Wemby's going to get his blocks. He's going to do everything that he still does. We saw Alfred Şengün still, put a body on him. It's going to happen.
Okay, but Şengün, these players are significantly better than Şengün. If Şengün's putting that much pressure on Wemby, Shaquille O'Neal, it's
okay. Then I'll go Anthony Davis. How did he contain Anthony Davis so well?
Anthony Davis isn't a center. He's a self-proclaimed power forward.
He's the size of a center. Stop it. He's the size of a center.
Power forward.
Stop it.
He's a big that doesn't want to play big.
But who was guarding him? Wemby was guarding him, and he contained him very well.
Wembanyama did incredibly well. He did incredibly well.
AD is one of the biggest players in the league, strongest. No reason anybody should be able to just contain him.
Solid and a great defender.
Wemby did that. Of course, he's gonna have his off games. Hits Hakeem, top 3 big of all time. Are we kidding me? Of course he's gonna struggle. But if I'm thinking potential, especially in the 90s, I gotta take Wemby. I have to.
Okay, then. Jokic in the 90s or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar today?
Hook shot isn't even in the game anymore. Let's be real. It's not a thing in the game. Nobody's guarding that. But
Cade will hit a little hook shot every once in a while.
Exactly. You said a little hook shot every once in a while. This is Kareem's game.
Yeah.
What he does. Who's a better player? I'm going to stay with what I'm saying. If I say this, I have to stay consistent with it. Jokic is better.
Okay, but is Jokic not Arvydas Sabonis if we got prime Arvydas in the 90s? We didn't even get prime Arvydas back then. Is that not just you already have a player comp that he would be? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar today?
Which, no discredit to Kareem, but I don't know, his game's pretty one-dimensional. It's just, it was easy to score back then because it's...
What?
Because it's back then, yes.
The game got a title to Milwaukee.
And?
Did you see what it took Giannis doing to even make that happen once?
Exactly. And Giannis's stuff is crazier.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Am I wrong to say it's very one-dimensional? His game is.
Okay, compared to
That's not a
Jokic.
thing nowadays.
Jokic is the greatest passing big we've ever seen. With a
Yes.
three ball.
Yes.
So if we're talking about dimensions of the game, but also like Kareem has the most dominant shot in the history of basketball. So is it
Mhm.
one dimensional? Well, if you can't stop it, why would I stop? That's a valid point.
It's a good point. It's a good point. But I think the dominance of Jokic will pan over more into that type of game back then. I mean, we didn't even get to see Prime Arvydas Sabonis.
True.
The man was hooping in his home country. We didn't even
That's
get to
correct.
see Prime him. And then it's a whole different story with his doctors trying to purposefully hurt his knees and everything. But this is just young guy take. I'll be honest, it truly is. But like, I don't know how a guy, you can't be one dimensional in today's league. Tell me a player who is one dimensional, who's dominant in the NBA. Even Anthony Davis has developed a three ball. Not a great three ball, mind you. And I'm not trying to discredit Kareem. I'm just saying today's product is a lot more difficult than what it was back then.
I'll give you a player that's more recent. Luka in the 80s or Kobe Bryant today.
But I can't go rings, obviously, because I just said I would take Jokic back then.
Who's more dominant in the switching eras? Luka in the 80s or Kobe Bryant now?
Prime Kobe now.
Prime Kobe.
Right now in the 80s.
Or you get Luka, who's dropping 40 right now, playing in the 80s.
It's slower pace back then.
He's a slower player.
And Larry did it.
And Larry was great.
I have to stay consistent. I have to. And we have a small sample of Kobe. We do. He may have been older.
You're going to say Anthony Edwards?
Yeah. He is a Kobe. Let's be real though. Kobe maybe 6'6". Maybe 6'6". He's pure scorer, good defender, talks a lot, I'm staying with the youth. I don't think we realize how different the NBA is now. If you just drop the exact player that Luka is into the 80s, he's Larry Bird, he's Magic Johnson, he's those two players who run the 80s rolled up in one. Like, maybe if Luka had a worse mentality, I'm sticking with my youth take. Luka puts up triple-double numbers in today's NBA. Imagine what he's doing in the 80s. Now, let me move Kobe to today's NBA.
But if you're saying Anthony Edwards,
scorer, great defender.
Let's say Anthony Edwards is 80% of Kobe Bryant, 85% of Kobe Bryant. That's enough to go to the Western Conference Finals with the Minnesota Timberwolves back-to-back years with Rudy Gobert as your center. So if you get Kobe, prime Kobe, who at this point is a better player than Anthony Edwards, wouldn't that mean you are seeing a shooting guard take their team to the finals and arguably win the finals?
Possibly, yeah.
So that's like you're seeing what a dominant shooting guard is capable of doing in today's league. And if Kobe Bryant is better than Anthony Edwards, which he is better than Anthony Edwards, me and Ant fan can say that, you'd be getting NBA finals for sure these last two seasons.
Okay. And then if let me go back to the 80s and put Luka in the place of Magic Johnson at the point guard who does everything.
Yeah, you're getting
Magic got 5 rings, and Luka's better than him. Not all time, but as an individual player, you drop Luka as the player he is now into the 80s, he's going to be doing things that these guys couldn't even imagine doing.
Listen, people don't talk about this enough. Magic went to the finals 9 times.
He did. Magic has 5 rings.
Magic went to the finals 9 times.
People act like Magic is a bum because he didn't have a 3-ball.
Nobody acts like Magic is a bum.
Some people
Nobody.
Don't. He gets discredited a lot.
That's insane. That's insane.
You discredited him last episode for not having
Larry Bird gets discredited more than Magic Johnson, and that's a fact.
On the court, yes. Magic had his career cut short too. Let's talk about it though.
9 finals appearances with his career cut short.
Magic really only has 12 years of a good career.
He went to the finals in 1980, 82, 83, 84, 85, 87, 88, 89, and 91. You're talking about 3 years over the course of that entire time he wasn't in the finals, and it's not like he was a bum in those seasons either. It's an insane run.
He's got 3 MVPs too.
So, like, if Luka is Magic plus Larry, gosh.
I mean, the only thing Magic has on him is 2 inches of height, which might make a difference. But Luka's 6'8". If you drop any player in today's NBA, this is why we can't compare eras. If you drop any player from today's NBA into the 90s or the 80s, they're going to be one of the best players in the league. I am 100% confident in saying that. The NBA product is a better product now in terms of skill level than it was 30 years ago. You cannot debate me on that. Players are better now than they were back then. And so it's like training is different. And you're going to see way more injuries, which is a different conversation because I think training and everything has ruined the NBA in terms of every player's durability. But from a skill standpoint, if you drop a player back then, they're going to be better. They are.
It's hard to agree with you in a lot of these situations. It's not that your arguments are bad, but like, holy cow, we're talking about just all-time greats versus players that are great right now. It's just difficult. Let's try and talk a little bit more about the current NBA and just kind of where things are at right now. Let's talk about the Pistons, man. The Pistons, #1 team in the East, second best record in the league behind the Oklahoma City Thunder. Jalen Duren has been absolutely dominant. And Cade right now is a top 3 guard in the league, top 5 guard in the league. What is happening in Detroit?
They are reaping the benefits of being patient. That's what I see it as. They took their chance on Cade Cunningham, and it is panning out. We just saw him drop only numbers that I think it was Michael Jordan has put up equivalent numbers, pretty sure. It's a 40-point triple-double. Mind you, this guy did take 45 shots, and he missed the most shots we've ever seen in an NBA game. He missed 31 shots. It's more than Kobe in his farewell game. But that type of confidence takes a special type of player. Let's talk about that. To take that many shots in a game? Ooh, this boy looking like he one of one. They've been shorthanded on a few games, too. They've had a few random role players hit some very clutch buckets to win them games. This team isn't even completely healthy. So watch out for the Pistons. It's sort of here. Teams don't start out with this good of a record and usually drop to an 8 seed or something like that. Just as hard as it is to go from bottom to top, like it's just as hard to drop from top to bottom if they just continue what they're doing. And like you said, Jalen Duren's hooping, Isaiah Stewart, Jaden Ivey hasn't even come back completely yet. Duncan Robinson is absolutely hooping for them. They got a Thompson twin on their team, which do I even need to say anything more? Cade Cunningham is looking like one of the best point guards in the league right now. There's a lot of hope for this team. It would be nothing but hope.
This is why the draft is so important. I want you to look at the top 5 picks in the 2021 NBA draft and just realize how well the Detroit Pistons did. Okay. #1 pick, Cade Cunningham. #2, Jalen Green. #3, Evan Mobley. #4, Scotty Barnes. #5, Jalen Suggs. If they draft any one of those other players, they never are this good, ever. And then you have to couple that with the fact that Detroit was so willing to let Cade mature on a team that was so bad. 21-22 season, 23 wins. The next season, 17 wins, 14 wins, right? So they are losing more games every year with Cade, but they're #1 overall pick. And then last season, 44 wins. And then you come out here out the gate 9-2, #1 team in the East. Pop out, breakout season for these guys.
We all remember the 27-28 game losing streak. It's almost like they deserve this, man.
The fan base deserves this too. Like they deserve everything that's coming their way because they have embraced these guys from the moment that they came in. I don't know if there's a more deserving fan base. And if you are talking about, hey, the happiest fan base today, it's not the Thunder fans because they won a title last year. There's expectations now, but you have to be a Detroit fan and be like, this is the greatest thing that could possibly happen to us. We're awesome. And they have accumulated all the picks. I think it's no secret that to dominate in today's NBA, you have to do well in the draft. You have to hit on multiple draft picks if you want to be competitive in the league. You have to. It's not about accumulating all of these players and
Well,
trading for these guys. You got to be good in the draft.
before the Lakers, you take every single team that's won. Giannis, drafted by the Bucks. Steph Curry, drafted by the Warriors. Nikola Jokic, drafted by the Nuggets. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, drafted by the Celtics. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet, and
But
Jalen,
They
all
and
drafted by
they
their
got
teams.
Shea. They got Shea on the cheap. That is such an outlier. That is such an
okay.
outlier.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that because Shai's career didn't even really begin until he got to OKC.
Mhm.
It was like the only outlier. But there's arguments that Jalen Williams, obviously not Finals MVP, but 2 of his games I would say were better than Shai's games in the Finals, and it went to 7. Drafted by that team, so it's like
Mhm.
Shai was putting up his numbers, but like the role players is what wins you a championship. Like, let's be real. And Chet was there. Jalen was there. It really is like players who came up with their team right now. In the 2020s, besides the Lakers championship, it's all growth.
That's what you have to do to win a title. That's
Right.
it. That's what you have to do. In a depleted Eastern Conference as well, where it feels so wide open, there's no reason that you can't see Detroit make a deep run in the postseason. Like,
Oh yes.
like
Oh,
they're
yes.
they're they're going to be a difficult out. They were a difficult out last year for the Knicks. Knicks run into them this year. Boston runs into them this year. Orlando, Cleveland. Like, Cade is a problem, man. He's a big time guard, and he's not backing down from anybody. He's oversized for the position. Like, that's not a team.
He's got everything in his game too.
Mm.
He's got everything. He really
Yeah.
does. Like you said, oversized guard. He's not rushed either. Like, he is composed. This dude he was not supposed to go to the school that he went to. Like, he was the number 1 ranked player at Montverde and chose to stay at Oklahoma State because that's where his brother was coaching at, I'm pretty sure. Cade has been a known dog for a very long time. And I mean, all he needed was a good support system around him, which Pistons management, I think, just realized if we just wait it out with the trend that we're seeing from the 2020s, it's going to work out.
No, you were right. So his older brother was an assistant coach in 2019. Now, if you're the head coach, that might be one of the smartest moves you ever made in your life. To land Cade, my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. Switching topics, another point guard who is not doing well at all, Ja Morant. What the heck is going on in Memphis? Like, if I'm the owner, I'm calling Ja Morant. I'm going, dude, you got to grow up. You're running my franchise. Like, is he just trying to find his way out? Is this a Jimmy Butler, James Harden type of move? Like, what is going on with Morant?
It's so reminiscent of the Jimmy Butler situation. I just don't understand why, especially with Ja, with all the issues he's had before.
And
there's anybody who should,
him. We've stood
Yes.
by him.
Yes, with all the things that has happened, if there's one player who should not be bashing their franchise or bashing anything about the NBA, it's Ja Morant, because he brought so much negativity of talking bad about your coach this early on into the season. And something more recent happened too, where there was like a fan trying to get an autograph from him, and he was like, "You hear what's going on the court?" Like, he just has a bad attitude right now, and he's not Anthony Edwards. He's not Luka. He's not Victor Wembanyama. He's had some good years in the league, but stop talking like this league can't go on without you, Ja, because it definitely can.
It is.
It definitely can, and it is. Nobody. As much as we miss Ja, it's like nobody cared about his 25-game suspension. Nobody cares about the Grizzlies.
Nobody cares about Ja Morant anymore. Nobody.
No.
There was
No,
there was a moment where it was the Zion Ja who's going to run this league. That is over. It's over.
Mm-hmm. It's not 2022 anymore. It's
No.
not. It's. I don't know what Ja's. I mean, if his plan really is to just get out of the situation he's in, what team wants that type of player? What team is going? The Grizzlies are going to get such bad assets in return.
Okay. Top 3 landing spots for Ja Morant right now. I feel like Milwaukee would want Ja Morant on their team. They'd be willing to make that move just to give something to Giannis.
What do you give up?
Garbage.
The money matchup.
Garbage. You're giving up garbage, and like Kevin Porter and Kuzma and some of these guys.
I guess 3. Milwaukee seems good. It's a team that could use a guard. Maybe Miami.
Miami,
and Ja.
Miami would absolutely, I'd probably be in that mix. The Suns,
The Rockets,
the Rockets.
if you could somehow, they have enough young assets that if they could keep Şengün and KD. Of course, you're not getting rid of those two.
So you're going to
Ja
let
into that starting lineup.
you're moving Thompson if that's the case. You can't keep Sengun and Thompson, and you have Fred VanVleet on the bench because he's not healthy.
Oh, then trade Fred. Oh, my,
He's injured.
trade Fred.
He's injured. You can't trade him.
Oh, that's true. Dang it. Because he's getting so much money right. Would have been
Okay, but if it's end of the season and you're the Rockets, you trade Fred VanVleet and Amen Thompson, and you get Ja Morant and like 2 firsts.
I don't even think you'd have to get rid of a man. You could trade a few bench guys probably at that point. You could get rid of Tari Eason probably. Tari Eason's pretty valuable.
Tari Eason, Reed Shepard, and a first. Tari Eason, Reed Shepard, and a first.
Probably. I think that works. The money works.
Fred VanVleet.
Because Fred's getting a bag for the Rockets. Is Ja going anywhere? I don't think he is.
I don't know, man. It just comes down to the ownership. Like, are they just sick of this Ja stuff? Jawing around. Ja's dad acting like he owns the city. All these things that have been happening. If there was a year to be bad, it's this one, because there's a lot of great players at the top of this draft.
Yeah.
So if you're going to move him and you want to be bad, no better season than this one when you could land AJ, Darren Peterson, Boozer, the kid from UNC. There's some great players.
Yeah, and what are the Grizzlies going to do? I mean, they low-key got their, like you said, the steal of the draft with Coward.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I see a Grizzlies report, it seems like he's finishing at the top of the scoring list. Like, that boy's kind of leading the Grizzlies right now, which is kind of crazy. And then they still got Zach Edey. Like, if you're going to move on from Ja, you better get you a lot of picks. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair.
The Grizzlies better demand a lot.
Overrated, underrated. The Pistons.
I think it's a hot start for a team who has always been, at best, mediocre recently. I'm going to say a bit overrated. They're going to have their come down.
The Spurs.
I'm going to say properly rated.
VJ Edgecombe.
Properly rated. I don't think you take 26 shots in your debut game. He's just having some off time. So I'm going to say properly rated.
Orlando Magic.
Because I have hope in there. Underrated. I think it's just some chemistry issues. I think underrated. I think they've had a bad start. Underrated.
The 3-seed Miami Heat.
I think if Jaime keeps playing the way he is, I'm going to say properly rated.
You've got to be kidding me. You have to smash the overrated on that.
We're missing Tyler Hero still. They're all-star.
Gosh.
Roman, great pieces, Mo.
Roman, great?
They do.
What?
Do you forget Bam Adebayo exists?
Oh, my God.
Do you forget Tyler exists?
Jalen Brunson.
The start to his season, underrated.
Chet Holmgren.
Properly rated. I think he's had a good start to the season, and he was a lottery pick for a reason.
AJ DeBonsa.
I think underrated. Underrated. For him to not be, like, no doubt number one pick for the potential. I mean, I know Kansas boy balling, but, like, AJ's potential, I think it's just because he's at BYU. Choosing BYU is a terrible pick. It's a bad
No,
pick.
it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
He's got an NBA level coach.
Okay,
and he's got the owner of the Jazz who is invested in BYU basketball. There's Danny Ainge is tied to BYU right now as well. Like,
what difference does that make about player development going to college?
NBA level coaching, the guy who just coached Kevin Durant is coaching you, and you actually
every single college team has that.
His game's comparable somewhere between Tracy McGrady, Paul George, and Durant.
Every college team has that, Mo. What are we talking about?
BYU just put a lottery pick into last season.
And it's BYU. Let's not act like this is a prestigious program. They are in the last few years.
In the NIL era, are you really going to tell me that there's a plethora of schools that were going to be better for him developmentally than BYU this season?
Yes.
You must be joking.
No.
Ridiculous.
Schools that have been doing this would have been better picks. I don't know how that's.
If we were going to talk BYU football, sure, but their basketball program, they're getting the number 1 JUCO player next season. They pulled the kid from Baylor. They got AJ to commit. Like they are a legitimate basketball operation with bloodlines tied to
because of AJ. All those things that you just mentioned are because of AJ.
Those things don't happen without Kevin Young, the coach. Those things don't happen if they don't have Kevin Young. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. If he could have gone to any other program, it would have been, I think, a better.
Okay, but if BYU still had Pope as the coach, the current coach at Kentucky, which is a better program, they don't land AJ. They don't.
Yeah, and he goes to a better school.
I think you're off base on this one, dude. I think you're way off base on this one.
No, I mean, obviously it can pan out better, but
basketball.
That's why everybody's so surprised that he chose BYU. It's a surprising pick. You're going to tell me it's not a surprising pick?
Okay, basketball in the state of Utah relative to other states is not that good. He was already here when he was playing at Utah Prep.
Because he was.
It has nothing to do with the state of Utah. It has nothing to do with the NIL money, because according to his dad, he did not know how much he was signing for prior to signing, if you believe that. His dad said there were teams that were willing to pay more money. But in the NIL era, to get NBA level coaching and NBA level organizational structure is 100% the reason. You're talking about Danny Ainge, the guy who constructed the Boston Celtics and drafted Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and was a major player in that space. Ryan Smith, who is the owner of the Utah Jazz, and you have an NBA coach who was there with Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant being his favorite player. If you took the school out of it and you just looked at those 3 key pillars, that is absolutely enough reason for a guy like AJ to say, that's the place I want to play because I'm an NBA player and I want NBA development at the college level. 100%. Way better than if you would have went to Pope at Kentucky, or if you would have went to Duke, or if you would have went to Arizona, or if you would have went to Florida.
Those are the schools that put out the best players. Are we kidding? You would choose a blue blood because that's what creates the best results. Obviously, what you're talking about is possible, but that's I'm a spoiled brat because I'm the best player. I'm just going to skip over the college game to just have the coaching already.
You're looking at these schools through the lens of a college structure that doesn't exist anymore. That college structure does not exist. The NIL is it's a totally different landscape. So you're talking about blue bloods of Kentucky and all this kind of stuff when they were getting all of the freshmen and blah, 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 blah. This is not that anymore. It's not that anymore. I don't think you could name 10 schools that have a better path to the league for one player than BYU right now.
I guess we'll see how it pans out.
Well, he's going to be great. I can't even believe I'm defending BYU at this level. That's the most wild thing.
That's my only reasoning for it, is just we've seen what has been done in the past with players choosing schools. We've never seen this high pick of a player go to as small of a school as BYU. That's all I'm saying. It's just an unusual spot for him to be.
Look at Cade when he went to Oklahoma State.
If Cade Cunningham had chose a blue blood school, who knows how much better he would be? Who knows how much worse he would be? I think he would have been better if he had chose one of those schools.
I think BYU today is better than Oklahoma State was when Cade went there as an organization.
I don't think that's invalid, but I'm not saying that BYU is a better pick then. I'm just saying in comparison to what it could have been if he had chose something else.
I think AJ wants to win an NCAA title, but he didn't pick BYU because he wanted to win an NCAA title. He picked BYU purely for what it meant for his NBA career. That's just where I'm at.
What I don't like for player development. I don't like that.
It's going to pan out, dude. It's going to pan out.
I don't like it.
You think Igor Demon goes to the league if he goes to a blue blood?
I don't know.
I don't know if he's a lottery pick. I don't even know if he's a lottery pick if he switches schools. Developmentally, BYU did a lot for Igor, in my opinion.
Okay, valid point.
And I'm not saying that he's going to change life in Brooklyn, but BYU helped him become a lottery pick.
You're just saying he's not a lottery pick if he doesn't go there.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want the pick, I guess, but in terms of becoming an NBA player, it's one of those steps The
But
high
wouldn't
picks
you
go
say
to the
that
good
that's a part
schools.
of player development? Isn't that a part of player development? They developed Igor into becoming a lottery pick if he was not like.
But you're talking about just purely skill. I'm talking about the mentality, the competitiveness of, the top players go to the top schools, and BYU is just an unusual pick. That's all I'm saying. It's a
But
different situation.
I just think you're romanticizing an NCAA that doesn't exist anymore because of the NIL.
And I probably am. I will continue to do that because that's the product that I know that has made so many great players.
Okay. This has been a fun episode, man. I'm having a blast right now. It's actually been a great time. I want to end on kind of a fun topic. This is something I was talking with the guys at work. It was rank daytime sporting events in order: the Olympics, the Masters, the NCAA tournament, or the FIFA World Cup.
Hey, I'm biased here. I'm so biased. There's two things that I don't watch here. The world is going to disagree completely. But I have my list. Easy. NCAA goes 1. Then I put the Olympics 2. I don't even care about 3, 4. I don't watch either of them. I would rather watch the World Cup. So I'm going to put World Cup at 3, Masters at 4.
Not putting the World Cup at 1 is insane.
It's a personal pick, Mo.
Oh my gosh.
If you want me to choose viewership, I will switch my answer.
If the World Cup's not 1, and if the World Cup's not 2, your list is not even valid.
Let's hear yours. What you got?
Number 1, the World Cup.
Okay.
Number 2, the NCAA tournament. Number 3, the Olympics. Number 4, the Masters.
That's weird. That's weird picks from you. To put the Olympics at 3 after choosing.
Because listen, I'm not going to lie to you, man. Archery's not doing it for me.
Watch track and field and basketball alone will do it.
I'm just telling you the truth.
The consistency is weird there, Mo.
Rowing, that's not getting me to turn on the television, okay?
The consistency is weird.
There's a lot of ping pong isn't getting me to turn on the television. That's all I'm saying.
Track and field will. Track and field will. Basketball will.
Basketball.
Think of any other sport that will.
Yeah, see, you're already cooked. You're not trying to watch diving. You're not trying to watch diving, are you? So you want to come at me, but you're not even watching most of the sports that are being played.
Swimming's in there.
Good night. Good night. Listen, thank you everybody for tuning in to season 3, episode 3 of the Swishlist podcast. I don't know if there has been an episode where we have been on opposite sides of the spectrum on every single topic I felt like we talked about all night. But man, I had a great time. Roman, this was a blast. Send us off.
It's been a good one. If you're not following us, if you're not subscribed, if you're not liking, if you're not listening to the Swishlist podcast, it's getting ridiculous. It's really getting ridiculous. Follow us on everything. We're on TikTok. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We are everywhere. Let us know what you want to hear from us. Opinions, everything. We want to talk about it. Season 3, episode 3, Swishlist podcast. We are out.